Thinking about moving to Spokane? Well, hold up. Before you pack your bags, there's some things you need to know about our city. Today, I'm going to spill the tea on the 5 worst things about living in Spokane and how you can deal with them. This is an important video for you because I'm not biased. I grew up on the west side, an hour north of Seattle, and I moved over here for college and stayed for the girl, my beautiful wife. I'll follow her anywhere. But I never thought I would live in Spokane. And quite frankly, when I was over here for college, I didn't want to live in Spokane. So I'll give you an unbiased, no rose-colored glasses view of the 5 worst things about Spokane. As always, my name is Reed Perry. I help people just like you land your bigger, better home in Spokane. So if you want to reach out, all my contact info is down below. And all you need to do is shoot me a quick text and say, hey Reed, thinking about making a move in Spokane. Would you mind if we got on a call? Simple as that. So let's get started with the video. Number 1, harsh winters. So I'm looking outside and it's literally frozen outside. It's December, we're coming up on Christmas and the ground is hard, it's cold, everything's frozen. Getting out to your car, you gotta scrape off the ice, snow's coming, you're gonna have to shovel, you're gonna have to get your snowblower out, and it's just cold. Coming from the west side, I was used to more of a wet cold. If it snowed, it was usually gone the next day. Over here, if it snows, it's so dang cold that it might last weeks or months, and you have that slush that just lasts forever. If you can't handle it or you're not ready for colder weather, Spokane may not be the best place for you, but let's just say you like shredding the gnar up on the mountains, you like snowboarding, you like skiing, maybe you like a little sledding. This might be a perfect place for you because we have great ski mountains all over and you can take advantage of that. So that's one plus about the harsh weathers, but it does get cold here. Number 2, if you're coming from a big metro market, say Los Angeles or Seattle, you may feel that Spokane has a smaller job market. Sure, we have a population of 250,000 people or so, and so the job market may seem a little slim. We focus mainly on healthcare, education, outdoor recreation. Obviously, there's other big industries in our city, but those are some of the main ones. So if you can't find what's in your industry, you may have to look for remote work. I have a friend right now, he's in finance and he's actually looking for a remote position right now because he just can't find it in Spokane. One of the pluses about living in Spokane though, is if you find a remote job and you move to Spokane, you can make a great income while living in a lower cost of living city like Spokane and still have great amenities. So you could use that to your benefit if you're a remote worker. Number 3. Pollen and allergies. In the spring and summer, we have a lot of pollen swirling around our city. And my 5-year-old son, he gets sneezy, he gets congested, his eyes start getting puffy. This is something to consider. You're gonna sneeze, you're gonna feel congested, and those allergies are gonna be hitting when the pollen is in our city. So if you don't live here, maybe something you could do is, if you have a friend or maybe me, just text and say, hey, is there pollen right now? And then make a quick trip, 1 to 2 days, see how your body reacts to the surroundings and see if you can handle it here, because last thing you want to do is move over here and then feel miserable a few months out of the year because of the pollen and your allergies. So pay attention to that. One positive is that we get beautiful scenery and trees that is causing all the pollen, but if you can't handle the pollen, it might not be the best move for you. Number 4, homelessness. There's no other way to put it than homelessness sucks. It sucks for everyone, sucks for the people who are living on the streets. It's just a bummer for the people who are trying to enjoy their city. And when you're driving downtown, you notice it, you get it. If you're living in a bigger city, you might not notice it as much. But in Spokane, our city's small, it has so much historic charm. And when you're driving around, you just want to look at the buildings and enjoy your city. I will say homelessness is rampant in our city, especially in certain areas. And with all of the updating that the city has done and building of new parks and new buildings, you want to take advantage of those as someone with your family. But as me, a worrywart who has 2 boys under 5, I'm always worried, I don't really want to go downtown because I know that there's so many homeless people in these parks that we want to go frequent and have fun in. And so maybe that's just a me problem. Maybe I'm just being a wimp and overprotecting my kiddos, but that's just kind of how I think sometimes. And there's just no other way to sugarcoat it. There's a homeless population in our city, and it's kind of a bummer for everyone. Lastly, traffic. So we've been growing. A lot of people have been coming over from Seattle, some people from LA. Those are 2 of the highest incoming counties. So in Spokane, if you think you're gonna get somewhere in 20 minutes and it takes you 24 minutes, that's traffic. And so we have a different tolerance to traffic than, say, someone coming from LA. So the traffic is getting a little bit heavier and more congested. That's one thing that I'm noticing with this growth of our city. Lots of people are coming to Spokane. There's things that the city is doing. We have the north-south freeway that's being built. Part of it is already complete, and that's helping. That'll take a lot of cars off of the main streets and city roads that people are getting, stuck in traffic on, and disperse them onto a highway, which will be great. But there's just a little bit more traffic than we're used to, and we're feeling it and we don't like it. But again, if you're coming from a huge metropolitan area, this is gonna feel like a piece of cake to you. Okay, I said there were five, but I'm gonna add a bonus one just because this is one that me and my family think about all the time. So we don't got to eat that much because we like to eat pretty healthy and there's not a ton of healthy options. So we wish there were more healthy options. We love going to Method. You can go get a juice, acai bowl, a rice bowl, a salad, something like that, which is fantastic. But there's not a lot of options for good healthy food. If you drive on a street, which is like the main road in Spokane, it's called Division, you will see fast food everywhere. Almost every sign is a fast food restaurant. And so I wish Spokane had a better healthy food scene. We do have great food in Spokane, which is great. We have some awesome chefs who are really pushing the envelope and bringing some really cool options to our city, which I love. But I wish there were just a little bit more options for someone who is looking for a little something healthy. I know that Spokane isn't perfect. Every city has its quirks, right? But those are 5 of the worst things about living in Spokane. Honestly, I like living in Spokane. I never thought I would, and it's really grown on me. If you're considering a move and you have questions, I would love to give you my perspective as someone who didn't grow up here, who moved over here, and is probably going to stay for a really long time because we really like it over here. Shoot me a text or give me a call. I would be happy to chat about my experience, maybe answer any questions that you have that this video didn't answer. And as always, please subscribe and like if you're thinking about Spokane real estate. I put out 2 videos every single week that are going to give you information to make better decisions with your move. As always, it's Reed Perry. I'll see you on the next one.